Football starts this week. Let's go.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', y'all? It's me, Cowboy Bills. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports. Today's video, I think, as you can see from the title, I'm just gonna be predicting what the Packers get this season. Now, normally, I did this already in May, but a lot of things changed in the off season, and a lot of things happened in the preseason, which made me considerably change ideas. Now, I don't even remember what I said in May. I don't. So I'm just going with what I see and what I think is going to happen. So it's definitely exciting. Also this week, I believe that I'm going to be making prediction videos where I go over each game and do this. I'm also going to have a friend with me, so we're going to probably go against each other. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So I think this is going to be an every week thing, so I'm pretty excited to put that in my videos. I'm obviously going to have to get this out by Wednesday, so that'll be fun. Also, happy Labor Day. In case you don't know, good shout out to all the people who work and everything. So, anyways, I'm just going to go over each of the 17 games, and obviously from that point, I'll just have the record shown underneath. And let's get to it. So anyways, starting things off, Green Bay Packers play considerably at the New Orleans Saints, but actually because of Hurricane Ida, it had to be rerouted to Jacksonville, Florida. So regardless, I have to say my prayers to all the families affected by this hurricane. It's a terrible deal. Flooding all the way in New York and Philadelphia. It's crazy stuff that's going on, so prayers gotta be going out to people affected by that hurricane. It's just terrible, but New Orleans has just had itself a very rough week relocating, and it's just been really hard. They're gonna be going through a lot, but it's gonna be interesting to see how Jameis Winston actually performs this year. So I don't know, but honestly, I think this does help the Packers. Originally, I think I did have the Saints winning this first game regardless of anything, but with it being outside and in a different stadium and just not right, I feel like more Packer fans are going to be present there because the Packers are a huge organization. And honestly, with that being said, I'm going to actually take the Packers winning this game. Usually I was going to say the Saints win because they're at home, but they're not at home, it's away. So I'm going to have the Packers actually win week 1, which I think is a big deal. Next week, we already have a Monday Night Football game. Very odd. Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. Detroit now has Jared Goff under the helms of the quarterback position. They lost all their wide receivers. DeAndre Swift is pretty much the back. TJ Hawkinson's a good tight end. So pretty much they are and their defense is awful. It's going to be hard for Detroit to really win some games this year. I mean, I don't know. It's just they got worse basically this year. So honestly, I mean, they're lucky to get Penei Sewell, but he's been playing like absolutely awful in preseason. I don't know what's going to happen, but regardless, if it's at Lambeau Field, I don't know how the Packers will win a game, at that point. Next up, Sunday Night Football. Packers are at San Francisco. Of course, they're at San Francisco, a team that we just cannot beat when we are in there. But, I mean, we did win last time, but that was against third stringers. But, oh well, doesn't matter. With that, I'm still sticking with that being a loss because when San Francisco is totally healthy, I don't see how we can beat them, especially with what I saw 2 years ago. So that's that. Next week, Pittsburgh Steelers at Pittsburgh Steelers. We host the Pittsburgh Steelers. They obviously, I call them the meme team because they are dancing on logos and completely are overrated. They have a great defense. I'll give you that. Their defense is actually way better than they were last year. They actually got Melvin Ingram and Joe Schobert added to that defense that they already have, which is a huge deal. That defense is going to be really tough to stop. Their offense, on the other hand, is a little question marks. Juju Smith-Schuster's back for one more season as well. Trace Claypool's really developing into a great player. Deontay Johnson needs to stop dropping the ball, but with that, I mean, they have a great offense, and then you got that new running back in Najee Harris. With that being said, I mean, being at home, I'm not going to pick against Green Bay, so I'm going to take the Packers just because they're at home. And I think, Pittsburgh this is probably the last chance Pittsburgh's ever really going to get at anything. But I don't, it's just, I think they're overrated. That's how I feel. Next, Packers at Bengals. I'm going to take the Packers at this one. Bengals just have a terrible offensive line. I mean, I love Joe Burrow, but I don't know how the Packers will. If the Packers lose this game, I think that's just going to be tough because I don't know. Next up, at the Chicago Bears. If Justin Fields is a starter by this time, that might be a great matchup, but this earlier into the season, I'm not really high on Chicago this year. I don't think they really improved much from last year. So I think this is just going to be still an 8-8 or 8-9 seed, 8 or 9-7. I don't even know how it works anymore, but regardless, it's just going to be, a 50-50 season for the Bears. So, and obviously, I don't know what will happen, but I'll just say the Packers win this game only because I'm not really fond of how the Bears are going to perform with Justin Fields at quarterback at that point, because I assume he'll start at this point. Washington football team at Green Bay Packers. Washington football team has the best defense in the National Football League. We all know that. Their offense, did they improve? Terry McLaurin's pretty good. Logan Thomas ended up turning into some star. Does Ryan Fitzpatrick have the capabilities to really lead a team? Probably not. He's not a star, but he's a decent quarterback. But on the road against Green Bay, no. I mean, I gotta take the Packers. There's no way. Next one, Green Bay Packers at Arizona Cardinals. That one is a Sunday Night Football game. And that's going to be a really good one. Packers don't know how to win in that stadium. I don't remember the last time they won that stadium, I think, was in 2009, but that was like a game against all backups, so I'm really not going to count that. So it's been tough. We have not won in that stadium, and I mean, Kyler Murray is going to start good, but I think it's going to be a little bit an overwhelming performance, and I'm actually going to pick Arizona winning this game only because I feel like it's going to be a little bit tough to stop Kyler Murray, and I just personally feel our defense is going to really let go of a lot, and they're going to do a lot. But it'll be a close one, but I'll pick Arizona winning this one. Next one, Green Bay Packers at Kansas City Chiefs. Finally, we get to see Rodgers versus Mahomes. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this matchup for a pretty long time. But if it's on the road, I'm going to definitely go with Patrick Mahomes. Even if it was at home, I'd actually pick Patrick Mahomes too. But I personally, I got to go with the Chiefs on this one. Not against the Packers. The Chiefs, they're still the Chiefs. You can't not say that. Next up, Seattle Seahawks at Green Bay Packers. Russell Wilson just can't win in Green Bay. That's just going to continue. Seattle, is starting to fall apart slowly. Their division is just too dang good. I mean, they'll still make the playoffs because Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson, but I mean, I don't know how they can't. They just don't ever seem to really win in Green Bay. So I'm not gonna do much there. Next up, Green Bay Packers at Minnesota Vikings. Ooh boy, U.S. Bank Stadium. That's just a tough place to play. We don't play. It's a long wait. We don't play Minnesota till November, and I'm kind of hope if injuries kind of plague their season, that will be interesting. But as of right now, because Minnesota has a very good offense, I think it's going to be tough for Rodgers to play in there. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings to win this game only because that's how I see it right now. So that's the last couple games, that's three losses. So they need to really get themselves going. So next up, we got the Rams at the Packers. Rams got a great defense, but Packers seem to really know how to do it. I think this is going to be a thriller of a game. This obviously is the game of the week on Fox, and I don't know how it's not going to really say anything else, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I'm going to just say, easier said than done. The Packers need a win if they don't want to lose 3 in a row, if that's the case. Next up, Chicago Bears at Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I'm obviously going to have to go with the Packers. Sunday Night Football against the Bears in Lambeau Field is just basically a nightmare for any Bears fan, except that they're playing on Thanksgiving, but that was just a bad... whatever. But regardless, I mean, every time the Packers play the Bears on Sunday Night Football, it's just basically a death sentence for the Bears. No offense, but that's how I feel. And then we play the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens here. I think Lamar Jackson is just gonna be too dang hard to stop. He's gonna run all over our defense, and I don't know how we'll be able to win that one. To just be honest, to tell you the truth, it'll be a great game. Great high-scoring game. Rodgers will do some stuff, but I think Lamar Jackson is just going to completely overwhelm this defense, and it's just going to be tough. I'm going to take the Ravens here. Next up, Cleveland Browns at Green Bay Packers. That's going to be a very great game. That's also probably a game of the week. I don't know, or on CBS or whatever, or Fox or whatever. So I'm very puzzled on this one. Yeah, I can't even know what to say. I'm actually gonna pick the Cleveland Browns. I want to pick the Packers here, but I just see Cleveland winning this game. I think they are we're gonna overlook them, and Cleveland's just gonna completely go off on offense. I mean, I just think it's gonna be the same situation. Back-to-back losses for that. Then next up, Minnesota Vikings at home. I think they need a bounce-back win on Sunday Night Football. They're going to get it right there. They got no choice if they really want to get this division. And then finally, they'll beat the Detroit Lions at Ford Field to finish up the season. So that's that. So with that being said, Packers. I mean, I think that record should win the division, per se. I mean, the Lions are going to be completely atrocious. The Vikings, I think, have a good offense, but their defense is still a question mark, even though people say, their defense will always be good, but no, I don't know. And then the Bears are just still the biggest question mark because it all really relies on Justin Fields. So that's all on that. So pretty soon I'll be making a video on my on obviously schedule predictions and stuff like that for each week, and obviously competing. So that's that. Maybe this is going to be a weekly thing where people can do this. I don't know. I gotta figure out how this works, but we'll see how it does. So anyways, it's your man Cloud Boy Bells. If you like what you saw, click the thumbs up, subscribe below, hit the notification bell, and comment below with your thoughts. Always share. And as always, stay safe and be smart. Go Pack Go. We will see you next time.